Eat My Shorts is back in his old location, no longer a bedding bin, now turned into a worm bin again. Has these overs and the light migrated worms from the retired and given away can of worms already in place, plus a lot of these beautiful castings that the can of worms was producing. So now, just to finish off this newly renewed worm bin, I am going to add the prepared bedding plus more worms. Eat My Shorts is going to have no shortage of worms by the end of the day. All right, so I'm just spreading out these finished castings plus pine cones and everything that I pulled out of the can of worms. I'm just spreading them out because this bedding that's going in is a mixture of shredded cardboard plus wood chips plus worms plus cocoons, but I'm going to toss it with this inoculated bedding. It's pretty heavy just to dump it all at once. It's a 5-gallon bucket, almost full to the top of this bedding plus worms. I imagine most of the worms are going to be down the bottom, so I may have to tip that out when I get down to the bottom, but I'm just going to be doing handful by handful until I get to that point. It smells lovely woody fragrance. It's sifted arborist wood chips that have been aged over the winter, plus cardboard, plus eggshell grit that I was going to be using for all my worm bins, but then I decided to give away one of my stacking tray systems, and here we are. This one gets restarted and it gets all, well, Peekaboo got the other half of the bedding, and Eat My Shorts gets all of this. So now I'm just going to dump. It may come in faster. Hopefully it doesn't hit the camera. So ordinarily I wouldn't start a worm bin this deep at all. It's just necessity to get rid of all this mature bedding that I started up because I needed a place to put all these worms. Eat My Shorts has now a healthy population of worms. I don't think they will have a problem at all chowing down through this. I know I'm mixing up the worms from the bottom, but I can assure you there were lots of worms already in this prepared bedding. I had been pulling worms from the can of worms systems, and I put a lot of them into this prepared bedding. So we will just keep an eye on this over the next little while and see how these worms take care of this bedding. So that's my on again, off again, starting, stopping, and then starting again with my worm bins. I think I've got them to a state now that I can manage them. The worm bins are going to be happy. The worms are going to be happy, rather. And I will be able to maintain these myself, which is so important for my independence, but also just my self-respect, quite honestly. And, my feeling that I am making a meaningful contribution to our gardens and the environment. All right, everyone. Goodbye from Sandra, and goodbye from all of my reshuffled bins.